This is Martin Mitchell reporting for Ceva TV. We're here today in Bordeaux at our first antibiotics roundtable. We've got external experts from within Ceva, and I've been sitting down to talk with them about some of the very important points that have been made today.
My name is Hubert.
It was awareness. So farmers and vets started to discuss and say, okay, we are going to solve this problem. So it's not the government in the Netherlands, but it's the farmers and the vets organizations who say they made a covenant for the antimicrobial reduction plan, and it started in 2008, and they have reached an enormous reduction at the moment, and there will come further reduction, I think, in the coming years. So it's awareness, I think, the central point.
These things, they started in Denmark already in the 90s. I would say that it's really started with the ban of the growth promoters in the early 90s. And during the last, about 10 years, it's just been increasing regulations. I think what was very important was that we were introduced with a system called Vetstat, where the pharmacies, they had to report all medicines sold in Denmark. So actually we have, as well was discussed today with the databases in Germany, that's been a system that has gone on for a long time in Denmark, where everything is registered, so that it's very easy to control what a vet prescribes and what a farm uses.
Well, it's a tricky one, but I think we start from a good position. I think the current position of the farmer, the veterinary surgeon, pharmaceutical industry and the food industry as a whole already play their part pretty well. But of course everything can be improved, and although this is mainly a human problem, human medicine problem, there's no doubt about that, everybody agrees on that, it does mean that we also have to play our part, of course, and therefore it does need tweaking. We do need to do more, but we have to be very careful how we go about it, and I think politicians running scared and blunt instruments are not the best way to tackle such a complex and intricate problem.
I think it's very, very important when we're talking about the antimicrobial resistance debate to ensure that we follow science. There is lots of science being undertaken in this area, and as scientists the debate really needs to be led by science, so we make robust decisions when we're making these very, very important decisions regarding the use of antibiotics to ensure that the animals that we look after, and vets are the custodians of animal health, to make sure the animals we look after are well cared for and getting the best treatment, while still safeguarding the use of these critical antibiotics for human use as well.
Rational prescription means using as much as needed, but still as little as possible, and using the right antibiotic. And I think that's it's rather successful in Denmark. Also because this is not something that has happened overnight. It has been a development over many years.
The importance for all of us, veterinary surgeons, farmers and the industry as a whole, is to make sure that people are reassured that what we're doing is correct and it's safe, and that's the main message for us.
And so that's just about it for today. But before our experts went, we had one last question for them. How can Ceva contribute? What can we do in the future to make sure that we protect our antibiotics?
The key message will be that it seems like the Scandinavian style is spreading throughout Europe.
Our mantra at EP Rumour is as little as possible, but as much as necessary, and that means using the correct drug for the correct problem, and making sure the course is finished and that we're not using it for any other reason.
Pharmaceutical companies have a big part to play in this debate. Obviously they have a financial vested interest, as I do as a practicing veterinary surgeon, because part of my business is to dispense and prescribe antibiotics. and obviously the pharmaceutical companies are supplying those. But I think they can certainly help the debate by guiding us in terms of the research that's undertaken, looking at what antibiotics they are manufacturing, in what circumstances they may be used, and providing better evidence as to their impact both on animal health and animal disease, but also the likelihood of any potential resistance that may develop from their use. So I think investing in research in this area is going to be a crucial point.
We have to solve this problem together. All stakeholders must be in, also the pharmaceutical industry, I think, and that will be beneficial to animals and human health also.